Hey, what's up? This is Jaggy Sports, Jag Maggot here for November the 6th, 2021. And yes, a lot is going on right now. So let's talk about everything. So, the Oilers are 9 and 1. Um, Great start to the season. Hopefully that continues. Best season in franchise history, I think it was the 85 Oilers that were legitimate in their playoff hunt, and they actually did a fairly well job. So the Oilers are looking pretty damn good. Also, with the NFL, you have the news coming out where Aaron Rodgers said that he was immunized, but clearly um, he's not because he got COVID-19, and so now there's a debate. Jay Williams is going after Stephen A. Smith, saying that how come you never showed that kind of energy with Aaron Rodgers that you did for Kyrie Irving? So it's a whole debate on that. But regardless, Aaron Rodgers has COVID-19. So the only people that knew that he had not taken the vaccination or the jab was the Green Bay Packers organization. So that is it for the NFL news. We got a bunch of games tomorrow night, and we'll check that out as well tomorrow. Um, MLB, like I said, the Atlanta Braves won the championships, and so that is it for the MLB news. And now let's save the rest for the NBA because um, you guys ever wonder? NBA always has drama, always has drama. So let's start with the Lakers. I said that the Lakers were gonna beat the Oklahoma City Thunder. And man, was I dead wrong. I can't believe. Okay, so when I made that prediction, I thought LeBron James was playing. Couple hours after I did that YouTube clip, it was deemed that LeBron James is out with an abdominal strain. He says he's out for a week. Nick Wright says that he's out for a longer period of time. Hopefully, it's just a week. They play the Trailblazers tonight. However, if you guys caught the last minute of that game, Russell Westbrook, like Carmelo Anthony had the hot hand, not like completely, but like he made the last three, so he should have been able to take that last shot. But Westbrook drove and he lost the ball out of bounds. A, B, he ended up taking the last shot nowhere near making the basket. So they lost, and he had the last two shots, and he didn't even make it. One of them just went out of bounds. So for the Lakers to actually win, they really need to actually they really need to get the ball out of Russell Westbrook's hands late in the couple minutes of the fourth quarter. They can't play defense. They're pretty old when it comes to playing basketball, so this does not vote well. And the other side of that is what votes well is Kevin Durant. Now, Kevin Durant is playing phenomenal basketball right now, and you got to think James Harden is not playing well at all. Kyrie Irving is missing in action. We all know where he is, but Kevin Durant is just amazing. Like at the end of the day, he's just making every single shot, and somebody quoted that he's playing like when Michael Jordan was in his prime, when Kobe Bryant was in his prime. So it's unreal. And they play the Toronto Raptors tomorrow. Kevin Durant says, I can't wait to play Toronto. They have a great crowd out there. If you guys can read between the lines, Kevin Durant is saying that this Toronto crowd cheered when he tore his Achilles tendon. Like a couple of people, or a lot of people actually cheered. And he is gonna go off tomorrow night in Toronto, and you guys I get the fact that Siakam's back, but Kevin Durant that's a must game watch TV. It's gonna be something good because he's actually gonna go off. He's gonna prove to everybody that he is the best player in the world right now, and for the foreseeable future. And he doesn't even look like he tore his Achilles tendon. That's the thing. He's playing so damn good. So it's just a matter of time before he actually gets to the finals. But you got to take into consideration you have Miami Heat. Now, I said Miami Heat was going to the finals, and I still stand by that. But they got beat by Boston Celtics last night. This is the same Boston Celtics team that Marcus Smart made the smart decision by throwing Tatum and that was sarcastic, by the way. Um, uh, Throwing Tatum and Jalen Brown under the bus. So you know, Boston's starting to pick it up. They play Dallas Mavericks tonight. The Heat play the Utah Jazz tonight. So that's going to be some key matchups right there. Um, 76ers play the Bulls. Lakers play the Trailblazers, obviously, without LeBron James. But speaking of 76ers, um, 76ers are without Ben Simmons. Now, the latest development on Ben Simmons is that Daryl Morey and the organization is fining Ben Simmons about $320,000 a game for sitting out, for not seeing the doctor, and pretty much, just like I said that he was going to do this, claim mental health but not see the doctors. So he's not seeing the doctors. So how long can you go without playing a game? You're foregoing $320,000 per game to sit out because you do not want to play in Philadelphia. You do not want to play with Joel Embiid and yada yada yada. So every game that he sits out, he gets fined, and that's his prerogative. But I'm telling you guys right now, he's not willing to go see a doctor, and it's kind of like, you know, um, as an organization, Philadelphia is absolutely correct because that's like me working and saying I have an illness, and yet when they ask for a doctor's note, I don't provide it, and I don't say that I've been to a doctor, and I don't want to see their doctors, or nor do I see a doctor. So it's just this is an ongoing drama between Ben Simmons and Philadelphia 76ers. We'll wait and see what transpires. I think Ben Simmons is done. He's no longer going to play for Philadelphia 76ers, and if he gets fined, he gets fined. But I think we're about 10 games into the season and still nothing. So we'll see if he does play. Kyrie Irving is gonna return in January because of the elections in New York and Brooklyn, and if that mayor gets elected, he's gonna change the mandate for Kyrie Irving to play, and for athletes who do not want to get the jab to actually play in that city. So, which enables him to play for the Brooklyn Nets. Does he want to play for the Brooklyn Nets? I don't know, because the Brooklyn Nets were on record saying that they do not want to extend him. So you got to think to yourself, did the Brooklyn Nets organization shoot themselves in the foot by not sticking with Kyrie Irving, and not doing what's right for Kyrie Irving, but and not extending him? So did they shoot themselves in the foot? I think they might. I think they might have, but we never know. Kyrie Irving might get convinced by Kevin Durant to come back if that Brooklyn mayor says you can come back and changes the mandate. But at the end of the day, it really depends on the Brooklyn Nets and Kyrie Irving. that the ball is in Kyrie Irving's hands. He doesn't want to come back. He doesn't have to. It's just actual prerogative of his not to come back because he doesn't want to get the jab. So, which is, if he doesn't want to get the jab, he doesn't want to get the jab. You can't force somebody to get something in their body that they don't want to. It's just like, that's total control. At the end of the day, it is what it is. So, yeah, take a look at tonight's games. Once again, 76ers taking on the Bulls. The Dallas Mavericks taking on the Boston Celtics. Jazz taking on the Heat. And the Lakers taking on the Trailblazers. This is Jag Magnet for Jaggy Sports. It is November the 6th, 2021. And make sure you tune in tomorrow. KD makes his return in Toronto where he's going to seek a revenge on the Toronto crowd. Jag Magnet, Jaggy Sports.